Today on MUFC Pulse, we'll dive into some incredibly intriguing news. Garnacho is set for Chelsea loan, and Arsenal sweat on bad news ahead of Man United clash. For more on this story, check out the video. We also have some equally exciting football news coming up, so stay tuned until the end to catch it all. Welcome to MUFC Pulse. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell for more updates. Chelsea closing in on shock loan swoop for Alejandro Garnacho. Last summer, Ruben Amorim raised eyebrows by offloading the highly rated Alejandro Garnacho to Chelsea, a ruthless call that, in hindsight, looks like a masterstroke from the United boss. Despite the £40 million price tag, the Argentine international has endured a torrid time at Stamford Bridge, failing to make his mark in a side that has struggled for consistency. With Chelsea swinging the axe on Enzo Maresca at the turn of the year and installing Liam Rosinia in the dugout, Garnacho has found himself further down the pecking order. Reports suggest the winger is now seriously considering a loan move away from West London. Sources close to the player claim he is desperate for regular minutes to ensure he remains a fixture in Lionel Scaloni's Argentina squad ahead of the World Cup. The chaos at Chelsea has reportedly left the youngster feeling unsettled, leading him to seek a more stable environment where he can rediscover the form that once made him the talk of Old Trafford. The Spanish press suggests a full-circle moment is on the cards. Atletico Madrid are reportedly leading the race to snap up their former academy star on a short-term deal this month. It is understood that Diego Simeone has personally greenlit the move. He is said to be a massive admirer of the youngster's directness and work rate, traits that align perfectly with Atleti's high-intensity identity. Having left Madrid for Manchester as a teenager in 2020, a return to the Metropolitano could be exactly what Garnacho needs to kickstart his stalling career. Bad news for Arsenal ahead of Manchester United visit. The Emirates Stadium is gearing up for one of the most prestigious duels in the Premier League as Arsenal host Manchester United on week 23 of the 2025-2026 season. This fixture is expected to be a fiery affair given the historical rivalry between the two sides, especially with the tension of the title race reaching boiling point. Arsenal carried the momentum of a narrow 1-0 victory from the reverse fixture at Old Trafford thanks to a solitary goal by Ricardo Calafiori. Now, the public is waiting to see if that psychological advantage can be maintained in front of their own supporters or if it will instead turn into pressure. For Manchester United, this visit to North London serves as a litmus test for their consistency under the stewardship of Mikel Carrick. The Red Devils' confidence is sky-high after they pulled off a shock victory against Manchester City last week. Carrick is now challenged to masterplan a strategy to avenge the defeat in the first meeting while stealing maximum points from the away ground. A victory in this match would not only mean 3 points but would also signal that United have truly returned to the path of genuine title contenders. The visitors are expected to capitalize on Arsenal's recent dip in domestic form. In their last 2 Premier League outings, Mikel Arteta's men have only managed goalless draws. Despite being sharp in European competitions, the firing blanks in the local league has become a gap that Mikel Carrick's squad will look to exploit to improve their position in the table. Arsenal's inability to find the back of the net in the last 180 minutes has sounded a warning alarm for a Gunners' front line that is usually highly productive. However, Arsenal remain a dangerous outfit when looking at their recent track record on the international stage. Amidst their struggles to score in the Premier League, the Gunners appeared dominant in the Champions League by toppling last season's runners-up, Inter Milan, at the San Siro. That result proved that, mentally, Bukayo Saka and his teammates still have the capacity to win big matches under high pressure. The success of defeating the Italian giants is expected to be the catalyst for a resurgence in their attacking performance in domestic competition. Bad news, however, has arrived from the Arsenal medical department, which is currently facing a serious challenge. An injury plague has begun to eat away at Mikel Arteta's squad depth, even spreading down to the academy level. Talented youngster Max Daumann has been confirmed to be sidelined from the under-21 squad after suffering a serious ankle ligament injury against the Manchester United juniors last December. Daumann's absence is a massive loss for the club's future prospects, considering he is predicted to only return to the pitch in mid-February. A recovery process lasting 2 months means his name will likely only be re-included in the player registration list for European competitions in the upcoming period. This situation forces the Arsenal youth coaching staff to search for alternatives in midfield to fill the creative void left by the gifted player. The primary issue for the Arsenal senior team lies in the fragility of the backline after Piero Hincapié had to be withdrawn in a fierce match against Liverpool in early January. The defender, who recently arrived at the Emirates, is reported to be suffering from a thigh muscle issue. This is despite the fact that Hincapié has transformed into a vital pillar providing stability to the Gunners' defensive sector throughout the season. His combination of pace and reading of the game has made him one of Arsenal's most successful signings in recent transfer windows. Although Hincapié was not included in the recent trip to Inter Milan, the Arsenal medical team maintains optimism that the injury is not as severe as initially feared. Nonetheless, the latest reports suggest that the Ecuadorian international remains a major doubt to be fit enough to face Manchester United this weekend. His absence would certainly be a gaping hole that Arteta must immediately plug with his remaining defensive stock. The uncertainty regarding Hincapié's condition creates a tactical dilemma for the coaching staff in assembling a solid defensive unit. The state of the defense is further worsened by the absence of Ricardo Calafiori, which is lasting longer than the original estimation. The hero of the Old Trafford victory has missed the last 7 matches due to a mysterious muscle injury sustained during a warm-up a few weeks ago. Mikel Arteta confirmed that Calafiori still requires rehabilitation time until February 2026, meaning Arsenal's backline will be depleted for this crucial clash against an on-fire Manchester United attack. Without the presence of 2 main pillars in the defense, Arsenal must now fight extra hard to contain the aggression of a United frontline that is currently in peak form. Man United officials touched down in Spain for double transfer mission. Manchester United's hunt for reinforcements has reached a crescendo following reports that Mikel Oyarzabal has emerged as a top target for the Red Devils. The Real Sociedad skipper and talisman is said to be at the summit of United's shortlist as the club looks to inject genuine world-class craft and continental pedigree into their forward line. Senior United officials reportedly made the trip to Spain last week to cast an eye over the 28-year-old during Sociedad's high-octane encounter with Barcelona. Oyarzabal did his reputation no harm whatsoever, delivering a commanding display and netting the winner, a strike thought to have well and truly convinced the United scouting party of his elite standing. United's interest is rooted in Oyarzabal's remarkable tactical versatility. The Spanish international is equally comfortable operating across the front 3, whether stationed on the left flank, deployed as a creative number 10, or even leading the line as a false 9. Beyond his technical guile, it is his leadership that has caught the eye at Old Trafford. As the captain who has kept Sociedad punching above their weight in La Liga and the man who notched the decisive goal for Spain in the Euro 2024 final, he possesses the winner's mentality that many feel the United dressing room is currently lacking. However, prizing the Sociedad icon away from San Sebastian will be a tall order. Oyarzabal's contract reportedly contains a release clause in the region of £65 million, and the Basque club has issued a hands-off warning for the January window, insisting their star man is not for sale mid-season unless an eye-watering offer is tabled. Consequently, United are understood to be weighing up a summer move, potentially exploring a pre-contract arrangement to ward off interest from the likes of Aston Villa, who are also keeping a close watch on the situation. The potential arrival of the Spaniard has cast doubt over the futures of United's current crop of hit-and-miss forwards. With 12 goals and 7 assists to his name this term, Oyarzabal is being viewed as the missing piece of the puzzle. Supporters have already taken to social media to back the move, seeing him as a catalyst who could raise standards across the board and provide the healthy competition required to return the club to the top table of English and European football. Should the transfer come to fruition, United would not only be signing a reliable goal-getter but a conductor on the pitch, one capable of elevating his teammates through precise distribution and a tireless defensive work rate. It is a rare combination of attributes seldom seen in modern attacking players. Intriguingly, the scouting mission to Spain also served a significant secondary purpose regarding the future of a former fan favorite. It is understood that the United hierarchy used the trip to hold high-level talks concerning Marcus Rashford, who is currently plying his trade at Barcelona. The board is reportedly exploring the possibility of a sensational homecoming for the academy graduate, seeking to facilitate his return to Old Trafford this summer in a move that would signal a major statement of intent for the club's new era. The prospect of Rashford's return has sparked a lively debate regarding the balance of the dressing room and the club's long-term vision. Following a transformative spell in Catalonia, Rashford is seen as having matured mentally, and is reportedly ready to repay the faith of a Manchester faithful whose expectations had cooled prior to his departure. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comment your opinion.